The Israeli
let's go.
government.
I think I'm gonna go to jail, by the way. That's like, okay. This might actually cause me to go to jail, low key, but high key.
They support Hamas, a genocidal
I might
terrorist
literally
group with
be
American
going to
blood
jail
on their hands. That is not the issue here.
Congratulations to all my haters, bro. You did it. All the liberals.
Massive day for the unemployed. Hasan Piker's in trouble. And we're not talking about getting banned on Twitch. And honestly, I don't know what happened. You know, David must have played a secret chord that pleased the Lord. People think Hasan's breaking the literal Anti-Terrorism Act by providing material support and creating content that promotes their cause.
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shoot. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
If you guys still don't know who Hasan is, he's the #2 political streamer on Twitch behind the Cockroach King.
You're not going to jail. Your family's rich. You're fine. You're not going. Don't worry about it. Rich people don't go to jail.
Baba Booey. No intro today. I got molested by my uncle. But anyway, there's been some interesting revelations in the, you know, the libtard community. They're collapsing like the buildings in Fight Club at this rate. If he keeps glazing terrorists, he probably would go to jail. We got Batman himself keeping the streets safe. Yo, okay, yo, chill. If Destiny goes to jail for being I may never stop laughing.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
At least the nickname fits. Piker.
What does that mean?
Definitely a piker, this guy.
Getting clowned on the national news is low-key crazy. What does that mean? I honestly don't know what that means either, but like, if anything, he's definitely a piker.
I have no problem with the Houthis. Yeah, because I don't.
I just think he flew a bit too close to the sun. You know, if America designates somebody as a terrorist group, you probably shouldn't be quote-unquote glazing them. Like, one thing is like military targets, but when civilians are involved, you can't really justify that. Anyway, I'm not a lawyer, and I strongly doubt he's going to jail. It just sounds like he's playing like victim or something, but nevertheless, he is breaking Twitch terms of service. One piece of advice, you always gotta listen to your black friend. You tricked me. I was hoping he was actually going to jail with 8,000 likes. You know, it's safe to say Hasan has more haters than supporters at this rate. I ain't gonna get too political because I still want my YouTube monetization, but nevertheless, Hasan was defending some things that, in my opinion, are indefensible, and, you know, take the floor, Rat King.
Like, number one, kidnapping civilian ships full of Filipinos and holding them hostage. This is not a moral action.
Dog, I'm gonna keep it a $150. The Philippines can't catch a break. First they get like kidnapped and then Vitaly shows up, you know. I'm a random Filipino. I do confirm that we don't like to be kidnapped, even if it's for a moral reason. And in general, justifying anything like that through a morality standpoint, in my opinion, is you know, a little bit of a gray area. With that logic, you could justify anything. I mean, these guys didn't deserve to get bullied in school. Like, yo, is that XQC? And while we're on the topic of XQC, you know, Hasan's really in a pickle when French Canadians start making sense. It's like when pigs fly.
But any pro Hasan after debate topic video, bro is consuming all of it. Hey, listen, all I'm saying is, in order to eat the glaze, you have to eat the donut. Sometimes the donut is good, sometimes it's not good. But it's part of the experience to get a little bit of both. Because only glaze, no good.
Hasan wasn't even hungry and XQC was cooking, and you don't gotta give it to him. Credit where it's due. Good analogy. XQC is like 1 for 10 right now. And genuinely, Hasan exists in a perpetual echo chamber. You know, Ethan is crazy. Hasan is getting cooked. Permanently banned. But in the end, I sort of pity Hasan. He's a 34-year-old millionaire who lives in West Hollywood and spends all of his time talking to raving lunatics on Twitch.com instead of, you know, starting a family or like going out and traveling and enjoying himself. And, you know, traveling on stream is not the same. His audience, like locusts, follows him and like criticizes him.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream. It's boycott.
If I was streaming and a woman walked up to me telling me what I can and can't do, I'd straight up shotgun that Coke Zero. I'd butt chug it. Hasan's stream title: Houthis show the limit of Israel with a f the Jews sign. PewDiePie did something similar as a joke, and people were like calling him a Nazi for like years after. This is honestly kind of crazy. And of course, I'm not gonna be bad faith and misrepresent that Hasan made that sign, but still, I think Twitch should be banning this type of thing, no? He already is in the prison of his 70 IQ mind.
79!
Not a single human with triple-digit IQ takes Twitch seriously because of how they uphold their terms of service, you know? Some rules apply to some people and some apply to others. Like, you can just clearly see their bias, and that's cringe. Oh, and trust me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. People are reporting that you can no longer report Hasan on Twitch without receiving an error. Now, as you can see yourself in the bottom right, people are getting internal errors reporting Hasan. All right, let's try this. Advocating harassment, all right. Bullied me. I debunked it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a Hasan fan by any means. In fact, I'd argue I'm more of a hater, a critic, if you will, but I'm still gonna be charitable to him. Now, either Twitch already fixed it by the time I'm checking it, or people were just like getting random bugs, which, you know, happens time to time. A progressive mind in a body made for the manosphere. Although Hasan's 10 years older than me, I can still guarantee I can bench 2 plates for more reps than him AMRAP, and that's a challenge. Right after the election, the Times of Canada are reporting the story as well. Congratulations to my haters. Hasanabi responds to backlash. Fox News criticism might come about for Hasanabi's long-term pro-Palestinian stance. That is such a misrepresentation. Like, in my opinion, you can be pro-Palestine and not, you know, support the kidnapping of Filipinos. In my humble opinion, the ends do not justify the means when it comes to, you know, harming civilians or people completely unrelated to the incident. Like, Philippines are catching a stray once again. You know, if it was another country like Turkey, I wouldn't really care, but like Philippines, they're cool. Do people in Canada even care about Hasan? It's easier to fool someone than to convince them they've been fooled, and I think Hasan's shtick is coming to an end. Designer clothing and luxury vehicles are like the worst investment you can make, and I don't mean to flex on any of y'all, but you know, I'm more of a socialist myself with my RAV4 hybrid XLE premium package. You know, my mile on the gallon is crazy. Then again, I can't afford a Porsche either way, so please subscribe to help me pay my rent. You just got mogged, kid. And literally, like Icarus, he's flying too close to the sun. He's still glazing. Poorest nation on the planet, and he still find time to make music videos.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
Hasan is the most dangerous anti-Semite that there is, I think, as far as a live streamer. I think he puts Kanye to shame. I think he puts Candace Owens to shame.
If you guys didn't know, this is Hasan's co-host, Dan Saltman. He's only credible when he has his hat on, so take him with a grain of salt, man. Bro's been on a roll with all the Hasan coverage recently, and he exposed the fact that another large streamer named Tech to One Pixel got banned for calling Frogan fat, and then Hasan did the same thing.
This is the Nicholas Eat Oreos guy. Nick the Oreo got so fat he split off a second, somehow still fat clone of himself.
I personally think both situations are funny, but it does show the hypocrisy.
That's ruthless.
Now, I don't think anybody should be banned for calling anybody fat, but the fact that one dude was and Hasan wasn't just shows the double standards that Twitch has towards him. Even the guy himself doesn't care. He says, I don't want people to report Hasan Piker on my behalf. I'm not trying to become some sort of martyr over a fat joke. I say plenty of vitriolic shit on my own streams all the time. All this really does is confirms the fact that Twitch is, you know, biased to Hasan. You know, just add that to the evidence folder real quick. If you made it this far, toss a like on the video, and you know, I hope you guys are either like taking a shit or like, you know, eating your food, because honestly, a lot of this stuff doesn't really matter and it won't change your life in any way. So imagine Hasan does go to jail and like shares a cell with Andrew Tate. Like, that'd be content, but that doesn't change the fact that you're still vaping, Jeremy, despite saying you'd quit multiple times and are still lacking on the gym. Wake up.
I hear the birds on the summer.